I am here. It's strange. This is me talking now. We're back to this symbol again, this Lars logo. It explains so much. I missed a lot in the last video I made where I spoke about this. See, what you've got your two pyramids. You've got the symbol of fire and you have the symbol of water. As Lavette has shown on this new series she's doing, you've got this. Now, there's a lot of talk, let's go over to numerology, about this 666. What you've actually got being played out is this. We can express it biblically of you can blaspheme against the Father, you can blaspheme against the Son, but if you blaspheme against the Spirit, you will find no place in heaven or earth. If you look at all the events and things, there's always a 66. If we talk about 1666, for example, or J666, because I and J are the two letters that have an I over both of them. Two I's in this reality. There's little I, which is a vowel L, a vowel to L, and you have a constant ant, a consonant, which you know as the letter J. So, what you've got also shown here is upside down world, because everything is turned as well. Now the eye basically does this. You take in from what you see on the earth, and of course it's flipped upside down. I witnessed this for myself yesterday. It was amusing to watch. There is a beautifully landscaped, basically a Vatican cash cow, that the stuff's too good to throw away, but and scrap. But what do you do with it? So you put it all in this one place called a grotto, and then it becomes a sort of a Jesuit cash cow. You can draw people there with sort of holding ceremonies for remembrance of Lockerbie. And it's amazing, you watch people go into these grounds, and they go up to this glorified, basically a conservatory, just a glass conservatory or an industrial unit, effectively. And it's got symbolism with 8 sides and 6 sides and things, and crosses all over it within the actual structure itself. But and then you'll see people walking around. They're looking at all these memorials, these stone man-made things, and their attention is on the static, the stone, the things that are set in stone. The words, notice how names are capitalized on headstones, for example. But is it not a living God? So within this place you have grass, you have buttercups, you have an abundance of trees, you have nature, you have birds. It is living. And yet everybody's attention is focused on memorials, on death, on remembering the past that has gone, mourning the loss of a relative, because everything is relative. But the physical vessel is not you. That is the soul. It is a carrier of flesh and blood. That remains in this reality. That's why they are remains. So the attention is focusing on the negative energies, the negative polarity, and totally blind to the living that is all around. It is not set in stone and remains static. Nature is constantly changing. You can see it in the seasons, the time that is the creator, not the clock time of this reality. So, the other two elements, air, like the letter A, and its mirror. The mirror is earth. So, what happens when we look at this, and now we equate it to this? So here is your symbol for air element. This is your symbol for the water element. We're bringing heaven to earth. Air is the spirit. Earth is the solid. We're bringing them together. So exactly where this is going to go. You end up with a symbol like this for the New Age. The double cross. And now you've put bars across it. Now at the moment, what you have is this. Now I'm sure it has been shown. This is spirit. It seems to be like this at the moment, but I'm sure it used to be like this. We're talking about the dollar sign. So the spirit is imprisoned, whether it be 1 or 2 bars is irrelevant. It's imprisoned by vertical bars. Because everything is flipped. Horizontal bars on with ensigns, with flags. Horizontal bars are an act of war. And vertical bars mean you're at peace. But obviously you get prison bars that go this way. But then our rib cage is the horizontal bars. You can see how everything is flipped over. So this is the symbol, which is basically shown here as well. The two lines here are joined. This would seem to be the new symbol, this last logo. Let's look at something else again. Oh, black hole sun, won't you come? This is all going on with inside you. Now, there's your two eyes. You see how the light, it's crossed and flipped over. The moon, where it is obscured by this black sun. It's that moon eye, black eye symbolism, the left eye. Now, if we carry on regardless, because you don't want to be guarded and you want to find your ray of light. So what if, as we turn off to the external 5 sense upside down world reality, do we even need the sun and the moon? Because we are the light of the world. How this plays out physically, I would suggest that perhaps the black sun will rise and become into balance. What it does to the dog star, the Polaris, polarity, whether that pulls that down to a level, In this physical reality, this matrix, I don't know how that is going to play out, because it is not here, it is future, it is just speculation, it's just imagination. You see, as I speak this, you have to distinguish the constituent parts. There is a spiritual family. You know, if you are of that spiritual family, it is that namaste, that me Satan, that recognition at a soul level, at a frequency level. Some of you I talk to on a regular basis. I recognize me in you, because I am, and I am in you, I am in me. What you have here communicating to you into this reality is just me. I am in me. That is expressed through this character called James. But so although this is being spoken, this is also being spoken to me, and it's a conversation that I've been having with Levette in my imagination. How aware the physical Levette is even aware of this. Me personally, I do not know. But it doesn't matter. It's all about finding that balance. This seems to be the message that is coming out of this. So the two eyes, where where we've been double crossed, if we close those, now the earth plane, the physical level is lower, but so that would imply that that is rising. The sun and the moon will come into contact. This is all going on internally, don't forget. You're bringing everything into balance. This is what this is all about. It is bringing things into balance. Seeing both sides, walking that path. You can take active steps to do this. I'm going to put some links in the description. There are particularly 2 Neville Goddard lectures that I can testify that are 100% true from my own personal experience. The mystery, my story. There is so much more. Yes, let's go back over this again. There's the W. There's the M. You could say it's woman over man. It is a rebalancing of divine feminine and divine masculine. So even that has been flipped with the symbols for the man and the woman in this reality. But remember, we are in a mutable, or we were in a mutable age. That is one of the biggest clues. Because if you're bringing things into balance where they are in a fixed position, that's a fixed cross. It's imbalance between the two. It's not going one way or the other. It is fixed. Not set in stone, but fixed in the metaphysical. But this mutable age is, as its name implies, it is descending, but it also can be switched off. When you switch and deny, you switch off or you deny that 5 sense reality, this upside down world, then you will change the polarity of how you see things. Let thine eye be singular. You see it with one eye. You'll see this shown to you over and over again, normally where you've got a corpse on barbed wire, and if their eyes are open, they're looking up and to the middle, because they're looking up at their third eye. It's that realization at the point of death, that gateway, and that's where you judge yourself as to whether you come back. If you have not found that light, the only way you can do that is in meditation. Now, meditation is expressed about you meditate on something. So you just hypothetically, well, let's take this symbol. But you don't then think about it. You just visualize with your mind's eye. Because just like the eyes, they feed back to a single point, to your pineal, to your thalamus. This black sun down here, this creator, this Kronos, this Saturn, this is the beauty of it. Creation may seem to be chaotic, but the world is a stage on which to play. Now, if you are writing your own script when you have found the I amness in you, I'm going to say I am the next witness, although I am not the next witness to Neville Goddard, because there have been countless, numberless Neville Goddards ever since. This is why you cannot see the face of the Creator, because the Creator has many faces. I see the Creator in many of you. So when you get, it's amusing when you get these sort of testings, like these name testings or whatever, quizzes and things that come up on social media. What would you look like as the opposite sex? Well, those that you resonate with, well, you can get an idea. You can look like anything you want to look like. It's all about magnetism and frequency. You are finding your spiritual family because you're drawn together like magnets anyway. So, when we are in balance, we are that diamond, because we are gods. There is only one, but like it says in Psalm 82, you will die as man, but do you not know ye are gods? While you are fooled into thinking you are this physical vessel of flesh and blood, and your ideas and your conscious mind is you, then you haven't found that you are God. You are the Creator. You are an expression of it, a personified expression of it. For another perception on this, try the Frank B. Robinson Psychitrana series. Listen in particular to episode 13, where he says, comes from the perspective as Jesus the man, the human, in the human form, the human expression of someone who has had this birth from above and is just a vessel for showing the way. The way is a name of the zodiac. And he says, and it is backed up, the witness to this is the Bible, to what Frank B. Robinson says. He quotes it and says that you will do greater things than I. Well, yes. Don't be fooled by the literal miracles and things. I see miracles and I experience miracles, tiny little things, every day. With each day, I can turn to a new or a different verse that I haven't looked at before in the Bible, which is also testimony to this experience of finding the I am within me, finding the light. There is nothing to fear except what you project out. What you project out from your energy of how you feel is what you will draw towards you. You create your reality around you. But you have the L part. See, L is the egoic man. It is still God in human form. That's where it starts. It was formed by the Elohim, the El of him. Him just being an expression of human I am. And okay, we're going to try and do it. We're going to lead the way, and we're going to do it a different way. And although it is all one playing this part, the part it is then playing is of one of the sons that is, and he's in the perspective of the father. He is saying to the son, "Okay, off you go. You think you can do it better?" Because nothing is going to come to any harm. You are born of woman once. You'll get to the end of the life. You will judge yourself. You will send yourself back into this reality to carry on this spiritual growth. This spiritual growth is all about expansion. It is all experiences. The more you keep coming back, the more experience you gain. But we all learn at different rates. You judge whether you will come back here, but what will happen is you'll be about 20 years old. You will have a seamless backstory, because just like his story, it is a backstory that is given to you. It is not yours. It is just hearsay. But it is implanted, a program is implanted into you that you think you've had this childhood. Because there is no seam. It is all relative. They are your relatives. But if there is nothing, no marker, how do you know what is relative? It is like 5 seconds to 5 million years without a marker. How would you know in a realm where there is no time, where time does not exist? That is my experience. I've only used those figures to give it some sort of parameters, to give it some relativity. But I cannot say, because I do not know, because I do not have the concept of time in that reality to say how long it was in a way it could be measured in this reality. And this is the thing with so much of it. It is in the mystery. This is the beauty of it. It is all in the mystery. It is not in the history. That is just given to you. It will all be freely given to you. But it depends what you want served to you. What do you want served up? What would you like to have? What do you desire? You have the power within you to create it by your thought and your feeling. This is why the meditation is so important, why you need to still the mind to let things just come to you. Because by doing that, you have changed the polarity. You're now drawing things to you. You will only be given things to benefit you. It's from a source that is all loving. It is not vengeful. You judge yourself. Then you can come back and do this all over again if you so wish. You can come back and do it in another time zone. It matters not. It will be conducive to what you need to learn to continue to expand and continue to grow. It's a very simple message made very complex. But if you can see this concept, meditate on this and see what comes from that, you will begin to see. See also Niven channel for more on this as well. I think you will begin to see more and more of this. In a way, you have a yin and yang expressed slightly differently. You have a sort of straightened out S, two S's. But yeah, my recommendation, listen to Livette channel as well, what she's showing. There's dialogue going on between many of us, but at the end of the day, and this is me personally speaking, There is nothing, absolutely no thing to do except preach Christ. And I'm talking about Christ consciousness within you, finding that light within yourself. When your whole mind lights up, when you go through this experience, this 1,260 days, this 3.5 years, from this moment that the sleeper, the creator in you awakens and the lights start to come on, you change and you see from the polarity of immortal perspective. I would suggest it's here, but it's also here because it's a mirror, because it will be in balance. You will sit there. You will be right there. The I. Your entire universe around you. But it will all be in balance because you will have mastered it, because you will have mastered your emotions. You will be riding the silver horse or the white horse. I refer you to Emmett Fox, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, again. These are all different expressions of saying exactly the same thing at the end of the day. What you interpret as being a day is entirely up to you. It has multiple meanings, depending on whether you want to take a religious interpretation, an astronomical, astrological, or whatever interpretation on it. They're all expressions. But what I can tell you, the Creator is looking for the Israelites. You are an Israelite, because Israel, you know that you are. You find the I am in you. It just is, because is now. And that is all there is. Now, the moment. Now is one. And one is a wonder. The opposite is a wander. For an eternity of looking, seeking. This is the greatest trick that has been played on the conscious, to think and to overthink and come up with ideas and opinions from the conscious mind. But if you go into meditation and you still that conscious mind, you mute it. That's your very own mutable age. It is shown to you externally, and you'll see it more and more with this split in humanity. But some of them are empty vessels. They seem to have no subconscious. What I am saying it won't resonate because there is no receptor to resonate. You're not here to save anyone. Ultimately, you are here to play the part of Christ. You didn't come here to save the world, but you came here to help mankind, help man find that man is God. This is just a simulated reality, a planet to go through the experience and find within you, each and every one of you, and become the light of the world. So it's all lit up. Just like the human mind, the brain, as Dr. Joe Dispenza has shown over and over, that gamma state, the entire brain lights up. You're at full capacity or 100% capacity of what the mind can do. You are aware of everything at once, because there is only one, and it is all one. Wow, that was quite a lot. But it had to be said. It needed to be vocalized. Namaste, Irakesh, and ta-ta for now.